Everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge podcast. My name's Josh. Thanks for joining me. It is almost the end of Snarkmas. Christmas has just passed, and a lot of people were in my live when I was wrapping my presents for my wife, or I had another live too, we were watching Mr. Beast. And someone was telling me about Angel Tree and how there were people complaining on the internet about what they got for their Angel Tree for their children. Now, I have a strong opinion about this because I grew up in poverty, and a massive amount of poverty, and I'm pretty sure we relied on these types of services for a lot of my life. And so I got some shit to say about this. So, let's go. Little backstory. If you don't know my story, you can go watch it. I've got a 5-part series on my personal story. I'm glad I did it. Something my kids can watch. Something I can go back and look at it myself. As I get older and forgetful. But basically, I grew up in poverty. I was born in Hamilton, Ontario, in poverty. I think my earliest memory was watching the Thriller Michael Jackson video, and then my dad getting arrested that night because my mom stabbed him. It was weird. Okay, weird. And that was around Christmas time because I remember Christmas lights, actually. Kind of funny. Anyway, I grew up in a mass scale of poverty. So, we had nothing. Okay, I remember sleeping on a piece of foam, if I had that at all, having nothing in my bedroom, nothing. Okay, and if I had one toy, it was amazing. Now, that fluctuated throughout life. My mom met somebody, got married, and then for that 3 years of my life, we weren't in poverty anymore. We actually never had to worry about groceries. We had a vehicle. It was crazy. It completely changed our lives because up to that point, I remember just walking, taking buses everywhere. My mom always stressing about money and you don't really realize it when you're that young, but you look back on it, you can see, damn. I was just thinking to myself the other day, I'm my kids have it good, and I'm going to provide that for my kids, right? But even eating out, we never did it, and maybe that was just the 80s and 90s, but we never, ever did. Very, 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 very rarely did we ever eat out. Christmas, though, was always a special time of year for us because, for whatever reason, the community always ended up pulling together, or my mom always ended up pulling it together, or something happened. Maybe she reached out to these Angel Tree type of services, and we got Christmas, because Christmas was my favorite memory as a child. There was no drinking going on, no partying, no drugs. It was just that was kind of sacred for my mom to make it for us as kids. It was kind of that's it. I don't know what it was. Maybe that was her favorite memory as a child, so she wanted it to be ours. I don't know. But for all intents and purposes, Christmas was amazing. And it was because of these services that provided us with gifts. Now, as a kid growing up, any gift was amazing. During those 3 years, though, where we weren't poor anymore, I got a Nintendo Entertainment System, and I remember the morning I got it. Okay, it was crazy, and I was so excited playing Duck Hunt and Mario World. It was the most amazing Christmas of all time. Those 3 years were they really, really went hard at Christmas, and it was really great. But for the rest of the year, we didn't get spoiled. I didn't get anything. It was crazy. But that was also a time that as kids, we just played outside. It's not like we were inside a room playing with toys. We were outside 24 hours a day, dumpster diving or whatever the case. We just living in the streets. I'm surprised we survived. I'm not joking. I'm surprised we didn't get kidnapped. Anyway, all that to say, I relied on these heavily. Now, growing up, coming into adulthood, I'm trying to look back and realize that even from the age of 16 when I moved out to the age of till I got married, I didn't get Christmas. I'm looking back on it, and I had some friends that we would celebrate Christmas at church and stuff, and maybe I got a gift here or there from somebody at the church, but I just didn't get Christmas. I just didn't have it. And I'm starting to realize 16 to the time I get married, I didn't have Christmas. Isn't that crazy? But people in my family to this day still rely on the service. And I've got people in my family who are like this, who are people who are not grateful for what they get, even though all they do is take. All they do is take, and they've been taking their entire life. And there's a mentality of these types of people in here that live on welfare. They've been taking their entire life. They've not lifted themselves out of poverty, when it's actually kind of easy to do if you just want to work hard. Okay, working hard is a way to get yourself out of poverty. I've worked hard my entire life. Okay, my entire life I have worked hard. I have had a job since I was 16, well 14 technically, but I didn't really need that job because I wasn't paying rent. But I've been paying rent since I was 16 years old, paying my bills, and I never missed any of it. Okay, I've been working hard my entire life. Now, I wasn't making money hand over fist. I was making enough to survive, which technically would be below the poverty line, but I was just supporting myself, and I was paying my rent, and I got to go to the movies, and I got some clothes, and remember Campus Crew? I love that stuff. But and then it just slowly over time, even though you start somewhere low, eventually your work ethic will build up, and you'll get better jobs and better jobs and better jobs. Now, I know this isn't a judgment of everybody that's on welfare, because if you need to be on welfare, sometimes you need to be on welfare. But it is not meant to be like your whole life. It's meant to be a thing that you can fall back on and a safety net when things fall apart for you. Now, there are reasons to be on it. You're a single mom, you can't put your kid in childcare because you can't afford it. I understand, right? And I grew up on welfare, guys. You have to understand that. So I'm coming from that position. Now, Angel Tree exists for people that are on welfare, that don't have enough, that want to give their kids a good Christmas. And there are so many amazing angels out there. And a lot of churches do this too. And a lot of companies and businesses and banks. We have Toy Mountain here. TD Bank does it. There's lots. There's literally thousands of toy drives in every major city all over Canada, because we understand that, it's especially now, Canada is one of the most expensive countries to live in the world. Our real estate is like Manhattan's real estate. I'm not even joking. Just everywhere. The average home in Ontario is something like $440,000. And I'm talking about no matter where you go, rural, city, doesn't matter. Okay, it's one of the most expensive places to live on earth. Our taxes are like 50% at the end of the day. It's insanity how much we pay to live here and how expensive things are. Okay, like you go to the bookstore, it has the American price and the Canadian price on the back. And the American price is always like 30% cheaper than the Canadian price. We pay so much money. Anyway, all that to say, these services are really, really, really needed. And I'm not trying to dissuade people when I cover this video to not give to these organizations. On the contrary, I think you should pick a family out and you should support them. But you should find a family that's going to be grateful, because these types of people can ruin it for a lot of people. Because I've been recently too on the Reddit site called Choosing Beggars. And if you haven't had a chance, go look at that Reddit. If you want to be mad, okay? If you want to be mad at the world, go read that Reddit, okay? There are people on Facebook demanding things like, I need this for my kid, it needs to be delivered, it needs to be this and that, and I need a TV, and it's the audacity, I think. I find too that in this type of world, and I know I'm making judgments, I know I am, and because that's the human nature of me, and that's because I grew up in this world and I've seen it all. It's odd that a lot of these women who mostly single moms too. It's very rarely you see a single dad on an Angel Tree. I don't know why, but it's mostly single moms, because mostly guys are deadbeats. Let's be real. But it's mostly single moms. But they still have their hair done. They still have their nails done to the degree. They still get their thing that they need, and then they rely on these things. And again, there's nothing wrong with relying on these things if you come with a grateful heart. Is that so much to ask? So these people getting on the internet to rage bait against Angel Tree is some of the most disgusting display of human behavior you will ever see, and we're going to show it to you right here. Now, a person put this out. I want to give her a shout out because it's only fair. The channel is called Slashed by Sandy, and she just uploaded this yesterday, and she got she has 31,000 views on this already. So Slashed by Sandy TV. Channel's called Slashed by Sandy. So I just want to give her a shout out and go follow her, because she compiled this video, and I'm taking the video from that because there's a lot going on. Now there's a debate raging on TikTok about this whole thing. Now we're gonna hear it from all sides, but I'm gonna dismantle those arguments like we do here in the Dad Challenge podcast, because there's never going to be an excuse for any person who's taking charity to look a gift horse in the mouth and slap it. Okay, there's never going to be a chance where you're going to be like, you should not feel grateful for something that has been given to you for free. Unless that person's doing it like out of malice and hate, and they're trying to like egg you on and goat you. There's something different about that, but that's not what Angel Tree is about. You have to sign up for it. You have to prove that you don't have enough money. You have to prove these things, and it can be degrading to do those things as well, to prove all that stuff. That sucks, but hey, otherwise people would take advantage of it, because that's human nature, and they would. Anybody who works at these Angel Tree things, who volunteers their time, I feel sorry for you, because it's only going to take one bad apple to ruin the whole bunch. right? Because most people are going to be grateful. Most people are. But then there's a few. There's the small percentage of people that are out here getting upset that they didn't get everything. I heard a story on Reddit that a woman was asking for 3 Nintendo Switches and 2 Oculuses and was upset that she wasn't getting these things. It's like thousands and thousands of dollars. These aren't wish lists because your kid deserves it. These are organizations that allow you to come get a few things so you don't have an empty Christmas tree. Okay, a lot of people are like, well, my kid wants this, my kid wants that, and why didn't they get a Switch? Why didn't they get a PS5? Because that's not what you should expect, and I can't believe people expect that. And again, I know this firsthand. Okay, I've had conversations with people very close to me who have called me and been like, "This is what I got. Can you believe that?" I'm like, excuse me? Like, squeeze me? So anyway, this is going to upset you, and it should. Okay, but this is the worst type of person in our society. And so we got to call it out. So let's watch this one. This one's going to piss you off. Trigger warning.
Let me get everything you want.
Oh, yes. Bro, what is this, bro?
Here he go.
I wanted a Samsung, bro.
Hey, what the heck?
Oh, look at the brothers and sisters like, what the fuck?
Why y'all always doing this, bro? Every year y'all
Bruh.
do this. I don't want no license, bro. I'd say I wanted a Samsung. This not.
Someone tells me this household isn't getting an angel tree gift. I think this kid is just being ungrateful. And we've seen multiple videos of kids ungrateful. I've seen them, kids getting Teslas, and they're so upset they get a Tesla because they wanted a BMW or a Range Rover or something. Have you seen the rich kids who don't get the car of their dreams and they get so upset? My heart. And that's, again, these are a lot of the people that we cover. Those kids are spoiled like that. Doherty doesn't. Spoiled like that. A lot of these kids who live in these channels are spoiled. Like, not enough Nelsons just released a Christmas video, which they filmed like in November, and their kids opened like 100 gifts each. These kids are so spoiled. None of them are going to live normal lives. Okay, and if they can't live this lifestyle going forward, they're going to be sad. They're going to be upset and depressed. It's crazy.
I can't play this. What do you mean this? I can't, bro. No, bro. Bro, y'all do this every year.
Man, go in your room, bro.
First of all, this is parenting fail 101. Okay? Because never in a million years, and Tyson will tell you this. Tyson, if you were to do that, like, there just wouldn't fly. Like, of course it wouldn't hurt anybody, but like, you'd just be like, that's it. Bye. You can go hang in your room, and I'm taking back all of your presents. It's like, you don't get, it would never, I wouldn't even have to say it because it would never happen, because I set an expectation of my children that this would never happen. How do you get to this level? How much of a parenting fail are you that this kid just smashed his brand new TV on the ground? Unless it's fake. I mean, the video could be fake, but like, never in a million years would this ever happen. And I'm not trying to flex as a parent, but like, if you are a parent of a child like this, I'm sorry you failed. Okay?
Nah, the hell out of here, dude.
That's
Why
crazy.
y'all keep doing this?
Why you so ungrateful every doggone year?
I want to say, I don't want, look how little that TV is. That's not enough.
A 32-inch TV, I think.
It ain't enough.
Yeah. I need
This has got to be fake.
something bigger than this.
Man,
Yeah, see.
Look what he did to it. Oh my gosh. Oh, I mean, I know it's only probably a $150 TV, but like, oh my gosh. Holy shit. How's that make you feel, Tyson? Tyson would never anyway. Tyson's always been super grateful for everything we've ever given him. Like, so are my littles, and they're spoiled. Like, everybody's been spoiled because I spoil my kids at Christmas. But like, they're grateful, and that's why I want to continue to spoil them, because they're actually still grateful to a degree, right? Most kids, like my kids, are super grateful, and I don't know what that is. That's a parenting thing, or just you have good kids. I don't know, but never in a million years. Damn. Here's another one. Listen to this.
Please excuse how wretched I look. I'm in the house chilling with the baby. But last month, I signed my kids up for Angel Tree. This would have been the first time that I've ever asked for any help for my kids during the holidays. You know, with me having a fresh baby, moving, just a lot of stuff going on, it doesn't hurt to ask for help if you feel like you really need it.
Yeah, that's just a good start to a video. It's true. It doesn't hurt to ask for help when you need it. Right? If you need help, you shouldn't have to feel bad about it. I mean, I feel bad. I mean, everybody does to a degree. Some people have been asking help for their whole life, and that's all they know. like people in my life, and it just becomes second nature. And when they don't get it, they feel entitled to it. It's crazy. If you've been asking for help your entire life, you feel entitled to it. Like, some of you know some people like that in your life. Anyway, I'll say it's a good start. But if you do need help, you should. I mean, it sucks. Swallow your pride and do it. But if it's for your kids, I think good parents will do anything, right?
I also feel like I'm not an ungrateful person. I promise.
She will be an ungrateful person in a second.
It's like, I really don't care. But when it comes down to the kids, like, if you're not able to fulfill everything a family is asking for, it's probably best to just not do it.
Or maybe it's just best for you not to go there then. Because what did you make the call and say, hey, look, are you guys going to fulfill everything my child wants? Because in this case, they're probably going to be like, my child wants this, wants Air Jordans, wants freaking PS5s, wants Switches, wants Oculuses, wants all these things. That's what they're going to do. If you give a person a blank check to write what they want for the children, they're going to get like literally $5,000 worth of stuff. Okay? So when you call an angel tree, is your expectation that you think you're going to get everything your children want? And if that is your expectation, are you out of your mind? Like, if you're not going to give everything my kid wants, what's the point? I hope you're effing joking. The point is to give your kids something, because you clearly can't give them anything because you clearly make bad choices. Okay? All right. I am upset.
I have 3 kids, one being autistic, a 7 and an 8-year-old, plus the little baby. The things that my kids asked for wasn't even much of anything, I promise. Like, they are kids that are grateful for anything that they will receive.
Nope. Don't say we're grateful for everything we receive. We're going to be great when you're not. When this whole video is about you not being grateful. My kids, you don't get to go to Angel Tree and be like, this is what my kid wants. That's not how that works. And if that's how you think it works, maybe do some damn research.
But it gets to a point where I'm starting to think that certain people take on these type of things just to try to be funny, or I'm really not sure.
Yeah, there's definitely people working at Angel Tree that just wants to like be funny and tear you down a little bit by giving you gifts for your children.
But I have 3 kids, and this is what I received for them.
That looks like it's for the little tiny baby.
Once again,
are you saying that this is all you got for 3 kids?
We are grateful because,
you're not grateful. You wouldn't be doing this video if you were grateful.
They didn't have to get us anything, and I'm the one that needed the help. But
that's where the video should have ended, and you should have said thank you to Angel Tree for these gifts that you did give us. That's where that should have ended. You don't get to go but. I'm the one who needed help. I reached out, and they gave me help, but I'm not grateful for that help. OMG.
Please tell me, how do I explain this? Like, how do...
You don't explain it. You say thank you, and you feel grateful for the things that you did get for free. Because you probably spent every penny you had on stupid shit all year.
I explain this to my kids. It's honestly very disappointing. Like, that's the word that I could use for it. It's just...
Oh, we're sorry we disappointed you with free gifts for your children for Christmas. Sorry.
Disappointing because, like, people really put their pride to the side to ask for help. And it's like the one time that I do, I don't know. Like, oh my God.
Right? Damn!
What am I supposed to tell my kids on Christmas? Tell them you couldn't afford it. And the people on Angel Tree couldn't afford it either. Better luck next time.
Okay.
Just want to share what Angel Tree got for my kids.
That's a pretty good haul, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not totally ungrateful.
They always preface their videos with like, I'm not totally ungrateful, except here I am going to be completely ungrateful on the internet for everybody to see forever. Like, you literally you can get on the internet, upload videos to TikTok with the phone that you have in your hand that has data and everything else, yet you cannot afford one thing for your child, not one thing? Come on.
She said Angel Tree did me dirty as hell. If I don't laugh, I'll cry. Wasn't expecting much, but I definitely thought it wouldn't be this. Let me tell you a secret. Those people don't owe you a damn thing. They bought your children stuff for Christmas out of the kindness of their heart. And you're gonna run to the internet? Like, this is your only video. You're gonna run to the internet to tell people that other people did you dirty?
By giving you free gifts. You gotta be kidding. Not like they gave you cyanide, okay, or coal. They gave your kids literal couch full of gifts. And it's not that these angel trees aren't there to be like, we're going to give you everything you need. It's going to be like, we realize you can only give your kid maybe 1 or 2 good things, and we're going to like offset it with a bunch of little gifts. That's pretty much what it is. Okay? So, holy.
No, you did your children dirty. If you want something specific for your children, get it for them. These people signed up.
She said.
To help your children because you cannot offer them much. They did that out of the kindness of their heart. There are people in these programs who genuinely cannot get their kids stuff for Christmas, and they're grateful for any and everything. It looks like your kids got a pretty big lot there, yeah? And one of your biggest complaints was that you didn't ask for jackets or boots, and you got that anyway. And you were complaining that it's too big for them to wear. Did you ever stop to think, hey, maybe these people know that I'm not in a good spot? Maybe they're sizing up on a few things, so that when they grow out of what they have now, they'll have what they need later on down the road. Did we ever stop to think about that?
Obviously not. These people don't stop to think about anything. You're asking too much.
No, we didn't. This is wild. This genuinely ticked me off. I cannot imagine running to the internet to bitch to people about people helping you and wanting to provide a good Christmas for your children. Like...
Child, I've been seeing all the controversy about the angel tree, especially since we're getting closer to Christmas, about how people are buying Dollar Tree items, getting happy items on the list, making handmade cards, parents being ungrateful for the items that their children are receiving. Yeah. And as someone who received angel tree items as a child and as an adult volunteered several times for the workshop and sees what goes on behind the scenes, I think I'm qualified to talk about this issue. The main objective of the angel tree is to ensure that these families or these children have something to open up on Christmas Day.
Something.
They may not get every single thing that they ask for, but the main objective is to ensure that they have something. Yes. People don't need to get their panties in a bunch. If a child's list is not selected, if a child's list is selected but they don't get the items that they asked for, they get different items, because the angel tree has that child's list in a database at that warehouse where those workers are going to ensure that that child gets everything they asked for or as close as possible. So no child is going home empty-handed, okay? So the way the angel tree ensures this is that they have a stockpile of items that have been donated. Different organizations might send in bikes, coats, clothing, electronics, etc. And they use that stockpile to supplement the items that the children did not receive when donors were shopping in store. I know this may be hard to hear for some parents, but I need you to understand that sometimes your children's Christmas list will not be fulfilled in its entirety.
And I mean, I'm sure Angel Tree tells them that. I'm sure Angel Tree isn't saying, yeah, you'll get everything you want. They know that.
Due to price point, okay? Everybody is having a hard time on both ends of the spectrum. Families can't provide Christmas for their kids, and donors just want to do a good deed and they give what they can. All right? So again, the objective is for your child to get something. But I'm going to give you an example of a child's list that most likely will be fulfilled as opposed to a child's list that won't likely be fulfilled. Okay? Or they won't get everything that they asked for, but they'll get something. So let's take Corey. He's a 3-year-old boy that wears a size 3T in pants and shirts. He wears a size 8 in toddler shoes. And the toys that he wants for Christmas are Ninja Turtle, Blue's Clues, and Paw Patrols.
That's fair.
9 times out of 10, Corey's list is going to be fulfilled in its entirety. This is because the people that select his ticket at the store most likely can afford all of those items, or even if they don't get everything, that stockpile at the warehouse probably has those items available to just supplement his list, put it in a bag so he can take it home for Christmas. Victoria is an 11-year-old girl that wears a size 6 in grade school shoes. She wants a pink Nike Tech sweatsuit.
That's $150.
Some dunks and an iPad. Due to price point, this most likely will not be fulfilled. Okay?
I bet you none of that will be fulfilled.
Okay? I'm just being honest with you. A lot of donors cannot afford all of these items together. So she may end up getting one of the 3 items that she's requested, or she may not get none at all. But what will happen at the workshop is Santa's Little Helpers will try to find clothing in her size, shoes in her size, and an age-appropriate electronic. They may also add an additional item to the list because they were unable to get every single item that child asked for, okay? This is just the reality of things. Again, the objective is for these children to have something.
And a parent thinks that they're going to get all added to the list. That's crazy.
Versus nothing. I just need everybody to relax because low-key, a lot of these kids be going through it. A lot of these kids be writing letters to Santa asking Santa, can you get us a new house because we're going through eviction?
That's sad.
Can you send my mama some money because she doesn't have a job and our lights are about to get cut off? We don't have any food in the refrigerator.
I think it should be illegal to turn people's lights off and heat.
You bring us some food. So they be worrying about adult issues over themselves sometimes. And yes, they are grateful for the clothing, the materialistic shit, the toys, all of that good stuff. But in actuality, they honestly just want the bare necessities. So keep that in mind while people are going back and forth online about what's right and what's wrong.
There's a woman on the app that just came out, Brianna, and there's multiple mothers that came out here to say to us, Angel Tree, Christmas tree ruined my kids' Christmas. They took away my kids' Christmas. Brianna, there's 364 days in the year. You went and got McDonald's this year, didn't you? How many times did you get fast food?
How many times did you get your hair did? How many times did you get your nails done? Hey?
How many times did you go out and get McDonald's? Not just for your family, but for yourself. How many times did you get Starbucks?
Is that what she's doing here? Because it's annoying.
This year. How many times did you go out and get fast food? And here you are sitting, bitching about the amount of gifts that your kids did not get this year, knowing and how proud you are to say with your whole chest, these people know me. I have been going here for 5 years. 5 years these people know me. They know me that we have a
shouldn't be going to Angel Tree for 5 years.
Child with special needs.
It's again, when you're down in your luck, you're taken away from others. Oh, it's so frustrating.
They know me. So when I pulled up there, they said, can we see your pay stubs? Maybe somebody got a whiff that you're wasting money somewhere else. And they're like, no, there are some families that are much more in need. There's another mother, they came out and said, my kids got nothing that they asked for. I remember being homeless, broken, having nothing. I remember just losing my apartment, losing my car, got repoed, and I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I moved in with my ex-social worker with my kids, my 4 kids at the time and my cat. And I remember being so embarrassed and so ashamed, and her church had to provide gifts for my kids. And when my kids did a Santa's request, I said to the kids, ask for what you want, but just know that there in this world there's kids that are just getting diagnosed with cancer, the worst disease, somebody's mom.
I find it, and that's the people who are most appalled and most pissed off about this type of thing are people who grew up poor, who had to have this stuff. The people who are, and they should be. Like, I know everybody should be appalled, but the people who are most pissed, who are like visibly upset about this, are the ones who had to do this, and they understand like the hit of it takes on your personal pride and everything else. Like, you should be pissed.
Died, got in a car accident. Somebody's dad is no longer.
All right, so we got our point. Let's get on to the next one. Is there any fighting? Is there anyone saying that like there's a thing for this? Anybody arguing for it?
If you had 2 kids last year that got Angel Tree presents, why do you have 3 this year that are getting Angel Tree? Why did you add a child?
That's a damn good point.
If you were struggling last year for the Angel Tree, which is like the point of the Angel Tree, to get free presents for your kids because you can't afford them, why did you add another child? I'm confused. I don't understand. Also, I thought the Angel Tree was like a down on your luck, one time type of thing, but
that's what all these welfare programs are supposed to be for. The down on your luck time where you hit rock bottom, you're trying to get back on your feet, and it's for you to get back on your feet. But our governments have created it so that it's not more affordable for you to go work, especially in Canada. There are people I know of in my province here. I used to remove graffiti, okay, and I used to like remove graffiti in the same spots. I got to know some of the people, okay, in these low income areas. And one person would tell me about this other person. You know, they'd gossip and stuff like. It might not be true, but it is true, because you got this one family who has like 7 kids, 8 kids. And they are on welfare, and they are collecting a baby bonus, which like is giving them $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a month. They are not going to make $5,000 to $7,000 a month out in the real world. They're not going to make it. So our social services are making it so that you are literally, how do you say this? Like entangled into the government care. The government wants you to be on that too. They don't want you off it. They want you to be subservient to the government. They want you to be needy and reliant on the government. They want that because they need to feel like this is how we justify all the expenditures and all this. Like they need it. There are people in my if you have the more kids you have, especially on welfare, the more money you're going to make. It is actually insanity. Okay, so yeah, if you can't afford children, please stop having children. Also,
apparently people are using this service every single year. Which, I mean, if that's what it's for, like, that's amazing. But I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I thought it was for like a one time down on your luck right before Christmas, I need a miracle. Mm-hmm. Is that, but I'm not understanding. I don't think that's what it is. I'm seeing videos of these parents that are like genuinely upset that the free gifts they got for their kids weren't good. I don't understand. Christmas is the same day every year. It's the same day. Not a surprise. Same day.
The world is built though right now in this moment that just saying this kind of stuff, you're going to be labeled as something hateful and this and that, and everybody should have everything they want. There are people who want the government to bring in universal basic income. They're going to try this eventually too, by the way. They don't want, for some reason, the government wants people to not work. It's crazy to me.
Birthday's Christmas. Same day. Every single year. You couldn't have gone on Facebook Marketplace and hoarded free gifts. There's free stuff online literally every second of the day. You can go on there and get something for free.
They don't want used stuff, though.
You couldn't have gotten free gifts for your kids and hid them all year so that you weren't disappointed with the free gifts that you got from a program? I'm just confused, I guess, because it's like, what did you think being a parent was? Like, it's not easy, but it's also not that hard.
Would you like to receive Salvation Army text alerts about Angel Tree Summer Camp? Please circle yes. No. Enough to ask for help, but not this. I don't know what this means.
Why in the hell are we arguing and fighting over angel trees and if children deserve exactly what they fucking asked for?
No. No straw man's allowed here. Do kids deserve everything they ask for? No. Okay, do kids deserve a great Christmas? I believe so, but it's a privilege, not a right. Okay? The list that these kids are making are unattainable for a lot of people, especially in this climate that we live in. Okay? We're not in the 80s and 90s anymore. Things were cheap. Kids are asking for Nike Dunks that cost $250. They're asking for Nike tech suits that cost $150 for a sweater. They're asking for iPads, $300-$400. They're asking for AirPods. They're asking for things that this. You don't get to be like, your kid should get everything they want. No, man. Then if you want your kid to have everything that they want, then you better work hard for it. We're talking about charity and welfare here. It exists to help, but it doesn't exist to enable. Although it is enabling, to be honest with you. And this lady, like, why are we arguing? No, that's not what we're arguing about. That's absolutely not what we're arguing about.
I've seen all sides of this conversation throughout this month, unfortunately, and it is absolutely blowing my mind how many people are like, oh, well, if you really wanted your child to get what was on their list, you should have just bought it for them. It's not our responsibility to buy gifts for your kids. You should just be grateful for it. Bro, do you realize that it's the children who are going to be the ones living with this disappointment for the rest of their life? It's just...
You're going to live with this disappointment for the rest of their life? No. It's not the state's responsibility. It's not Angel Tree's responsibility. Are you serious right now? So you're saying that because these kids are going to live with the disappointment for the rest of their life because they didn't get Nike Dunks or AirPods or iPads for Christmas, that they're going to live with disappointment for the rest of their life? These people exist so that they can have something to open up on Christmas. And maybe you should teach your kids to be grateful for what they have. Maybe that's the answer here. Apparently allowed to have that conversation. No. There's a conversation to be had for children who grew up with nothing, like me, who were taught to be grateful for what I have. I never complained when I was young for whatever I had. Whenever I got, it was a miracle to me. Okay? I'm telling you this. Like, I got some crazy stuff when I was a kid when my mom was married, and I was like, holy shit, it was amazing. And then when that went away after 3 years, we went back to having nothing. And I was still grateful because I was taught, even though I was, I lived in an abusive relationship with my mom, and I was abused a lot as a child in many ways. But the one thing she didn't instill in me was, like, to be grateful for what you have because it could go away tomorrow. And so I always worked for everything I had anyway because I wasn't going to rely on anybody. What it made me do was rely on nobody but myself, to be honest with you. Okay? But no, you don't get to be like, well, you should just give a kid whatever they want. No, man! You should be telling the parents to work harder then.
Their parents advocating for them. Like, what? When that is yours.
That's when you're complaining about free shit, you're not advocating. Okay, you're looking a gift horse in the most because you are. It's not like they said you're going to get something and then they didn't give you anything. Then I could say, okay, I'm advocating for my child because you said something and then you didn't fulfill it. Okay, it's not like these people are like psych and they take it back. That's not what's happening. This woman's an idiot.
Response to a parent getting the incorrect sizes for their kids from the Angel Tree, or getting random gifts that their child didn't even ask for, or like the super cheap save you money knockoff versions of the things that their children specifically asked for. You're not shitting on that parent, you're shitting on that kid.
No, you're not. You're stupid. We are crapping on the parents for complaining about free stuff. Again, go get it yourself. The wasteful spending that happens inside people that are on government assistance should be studied for the rest of our lives. Because, again, I'm not saying they're all like this, but the majority are. They waste every penny. Like, when I grew up on welfare, like, to some degree, the money was gone before it even got into the bank account. Okay? NSF fees and things would take it to a bunch of it, but the money was already spent or earmarked, gone. Instantly. People in my family were on welfare. The money is gone before it even comes close to whiffing into your bank account. Like it's already spent somehow. So no.
You're telling that kid, sorry, mommy and daddy didn't love you enough. Sorry, mommy and daddy couldn't afford it, but you got what you got. Stop throwing a fit. You could have.
No, that's stupid. Again, teach your children to be grateful for what they get.
Christmas, you know? Like,
you could be like, hey, look, this angel tree thing gave us, Santa hooked us up with gifts. I know it's not everything you wanted, but we're grateful because we're having a rough go right now in life, but look at this stuff we got. This is awesome, right, kids? There is a parenting to here. Again, not even as much as like, you pay for it if you want to work harder. I know that's something I'm saying and it's black and white for me. I know it's not for everybody. But I think we can all agree, though, that it's on parents to teach their children to be grateful for what they have. Right? I think we can agree on that. So that makes this woman's argument moot.
You know, like, where is the humanity? Where's the humanity? Now, I get it. If a kid's asking for, like, the brand new Xbox and, like, an
and
iPad
they are.
Or whatever, like, that's different. But as a former...
No. That's what they're asking for.
Foster child, as an angel tree receiver myself, when those children are making those lists, they are writing those things in those lists for a specific reason. Even
because their friends all have it. Because they think that they need it to flex. There are certain things kids absolutely need. Clothing, books. They don't need PlayStations. They don't need Switches. They don't need iPads and phones. They don't need it. You don't. But there are certain things you do need. When you get it, you should be grateful.
If it doesn't make sense to you, even if it's like completely a crazy idea to you, there's a reason. And even if that reason is just to make them feel a little bit more normal, why is that not good enough?
It's not. Can't afford it, dumbass. Angel Tree doesn't exist to be like, okay, well, let's get 1 million iPads in here. Because every kid's going to ask. The lists that don't get fulfilled are the ones like that. The Oculuses, the PS5s, the freaking iPads, the iPhones, the iWatches, the AirPods. Those are the things that don't get fulfilled. Now, I'm sure some kids get them. I'm sure those things do get donated, but it's probably less than 1% because those ticket items are massively expensive, okay? Just doesn't exist. Not that much charity in the world.
Why are they not good enough for those things? And why are we shitting on the parents bringing awareness to this problem? Because this has been a problem since
It's not a problem. You're literally getting free shit. You're getting free shit. No one owes you free shit.
Received my angel tree. I got everything that I asked for, technically, but I couldn't use any of it because they ignored my sizes. And the only thing I was able to use for my Christmas that year was EOS lip balm. And it was me who had to go back to school and see all of the things my friends got here about how great their Christmas was. And then
that's not Angel Tree's fault. And this is the problem with the welfare state. She's clearly still on that. I get to school and I'm let down. Well, you have nobody to blame but your parents. Your parents who didn't work hard enough. Your parents who didn't save. Instead, they bought stupid shit all year. Okay? Nobody to blame. You cannot blame Angel Tree for trying their best. Okay? You cannot. The audacity.
Whenever it came time to ask me about my Christmas, all I have to show is lip balm. I asked for school clothes because my foster parents weren't buying me any new ones, and I'd been wearing the same since about 8th or 9th grade, including underwear. So instead of calling Angel Tree recipients ungrateful, maybe try a little...
Did you go on TikTok and complain about it, though?
...ounce of empathy. That is...
No.
Oftentimes, the only time...
That's why Angel Tree exists, because of empathy. Are you serious right now? That's why Toy Mountains. That's why Toy Drives exist, for empathy. When you get on the internet and you complain... And she's like, well, I never got anything. I got lip balm once. Okay, I'm sorry, but that's not true either. Like, you're lying. And it's anecdotal and you're lying. So stop. But no, again, it exists because it's there. The audacity to get mad at people for giving charity is crazy to me. It's crazy. I'm angry. This woman's an idiot.
Here, these kids get anything. Like, y'all are just proving that you hate underprivileged people and you think...
No, you don't get to fall back. Oh, you just hate poor people. No, we don't. You think people are donating Angel Tree because they hate poor people? Are you out of your mind?
Them and their children deserve nothing more than the extra couple pennies you had in your pocket. They don't deserve above and beyond.
Oh my gosh, that's an idiot. This lady's just faking it for rage bait.
Oh, I see why people receiving the Angel Tree gifts are mad. If you pick a list of gifts that's outside of your means, and in lieu of getting these children what they want, you just go to the Dollar Tree and get them random shit because they should just be grateful they're getting anything, one, you're going to hell. What are you, Scrooge? This is like a cartoonish level of If the kid has a PS5 on their list, pick a different list. Don't say, who does this poor kid think he is?
That's not what people are doing. I like this lady. I've seen a couple of videos. That's not what people are doing. I'm going to pick this list so I can be like, get nothing on the list. It's not how that works. People aren't picking it and be like, F this kid. That's ridiculous.
Shut up, Tiny Tim. Here's a Tamagotchi. Be grateful. There's a woman in my comments that she picked a list with a Barbie Jeep on it. You know what she did? She bought the girl a Barbie Jeep. She didn't rob the girl of the opportunity to get the...
Yeah, but a Barbie Jeep's $30. $40 maximum. Okay? It's not a $700 PS5. A little bit different. You don't get to sit here and be upset with people be like, if you pick a list with PS5 on it, no, maybe they picked a list that had a pair of shoes on it, had a coat, had some socks, had like, I don't know, something else, but then had a... So you're saying if you get that list, have a little heart and spend $700 on a PS5? Or is that what you're saying right now?
That she actually wanted. Just so, like Amy's saying, you give her...
Again, when they use this straw man, we're like, oh, look, she got a plastic Jeep. Okay. It's not a freaking PS5. That's so stupid, that argument.
Yourself a nice pat on the back and say you helped the poors this year. Ew. Aren't you trying to provide like a semblance of normalcy? Just like a touch of holiday joy? Shop for them as if you were shopping for your own children. That's the point of the list. In fact, those kids need that shit more. If you...
Why do they need it more? Why do kids need PS5s and iPads more than anybody else? Why do they need them? I think we'd be better off if our kids didn't have them. I think we could all agree on that.
Wouldn't disappoint your own kids like that on the holiday? Like, why would you do that to someone else's kid? And if you think...
Are you the audacity. So these people who are giving their money and their time, donating these things, and you're shitting on them because they didn't get the most expensive thing on some of the lists? I am flabbergasted at these people.
You should be grateful for getting anything at all. Just don't do it. Don't do it!
Good morning and welcome.
Yeah, don't do it.
Welcome if you're new here. I'm Illis, the Queen of Denver. I was raised in a trap house in 5 Points, Denver, Colorado. Being an Angel Tree kid, I have some input.
Trap house? Is that like a crack house?
I think of Ash Trevino and Frank Gallagher having a kid. That was my mom. When I say raised in a trap house, I want you to imagine the worst trap house. Roaches, no running water, no electricity. That was my childhood. And Angel Tree was our Christmas. And the only reason we got Angel Tree was because my stepdad in prison would make sure he sent my little brother and I a box. Now this was 20 years ago. I am 27 years old, okay? Back then, when Angel Tree came to deliver gifts, they were not all individually wrapped. It was a big box full of all of the essentials. So you would open your present and open the box and there it all was. One present. Oh baby, but we were over the moon for that one present. Yeah. We have not been much to nobody else, but we appreciated the fuck out of it because it was all we had. This generation is just so materialistic and spoiled. Like the entitlement really isn't giving.
Listen to Trap Queen over here, she's right.
1 year as an adult where my prideful little butt had to accept defeat and accept some help, I applied for Angel Tree. My daughter's 6 now, so this was probably like 2 or 3 years ago. I was literally living in my Lexus with my daughter. Her preschool teacher is actually the one who nominated us and gave me the application to apply for Angel Tree. To this day, that was probably the best Christmas I've ever had.
I mean, I know they're showing all sides, but there's not. It's not all sides here. Okay, you're accepting gifts from people who are going out of their way because they feel like kids need to have something. There's nothing you can say except for thank you. That's it. If you're doing anything but saying thank you, you're wrong. Okay, and take for example, anybody who goes to church, anybody who's ever been to church in the last 20 years has done something called what's it called? Operation Christmas Child. Okay, anybody who's done it. Okay, we've filled boxes. Everybody's filled a shoe box full of stuff. You look at those videos of those children opening up the Dollar Tree stuff, the toothbrush, the bar of soap, the tiny doll, and just the absolute gratitude that they feel because those kids truly have nothing. Okay, like compare that to these kids who are actually getting great gifts too. On top of that, and these people complaining on the internet, like send the asteroid. There's no other way to put this except for that when you get charity, say thank you and move on. Okay? And then when you are lifted out of poverty yourself because you worked hard to do it, give back when you can. Okay? Jenny from the block, remember from where you are from. Okay? That's what I'm saying. Like, give back when you can. Do what you can. Do good when you can. But if this shit continues, people are going to be like disenfranchised to be giving. And it's going to lessen the giving every single year because people are here making complaints about it. And it really, really kills the whole spirit of it.
And you trying to give him a sandwich and then him saying, no, I want money instead. Make it make sense.
I usually think it's so tacky when people cry on this app, but
she's right.
I went into Walmart and guys, they have angel trees out from the Salvation Army where you have like you can sponsor like a kid or whatever and get them presents for Christmas. And this one that I have, it's called Forgotten Angel. And it's a man. It says senior. And the gift suggestions are playing cards, a calendar, a mug, a watch, a blanket, a Bible, and a magnifying glass. And then it says, your gift will be given to a senior who was not adopted from the Salvation Army Angel Tree program.
That's so sad, actually. She's right. Where's that program? I'll get a gift to that. Forgotten Angel. I want to know where that is. I'm going to give to that.
Not okay.
That's actually so sad.
Go out and get one of these. There was some more for seniors for forgotten.
Oh man, that's heartbreaking. I think senior centers that around here, if you're in a senior center, you're wealthy, so it's a little bit different. I'm not joking. There's not like subsidized old folks homes. I don't think. I've never seen them. Just the hospital. That's literally, honestly. People wait. There are subsidized housing ones, and maybe I can look for them. But I know the ones where I live. They look like literal like hotel, like 5-star hotels. Anyway, all that to say, maybe it's worth it going to one of these places and volunteering your time to set up a Christmas tree and do Forgotten Angels yourself. Like, that's actually a great idea.
Angels, are you kidding me?
The same people that come online bitching about their children's Angel Tree donations are the same able-bodied parents who sit in the welfare line and bitch whenever their check is $800 while everyone else's is $950. Yes, I went there. It's giving that energy. I remind you that Angel Tree is a service that runs on donations. Everything that you receive is for free, which means that people are taking hundreds of dollars out of their own pocket to give your children, which they have nothing to do with, Christmas. It's supposed to be an act of Christmas spirit. It's supposed to be an act of kindness. So whenever you're sitting there bitching about how your children didn't receive enough, their gifts weren't good enough, why don't you get yourself up, buy the bootstraps, go hustle a little bit, and buy your kids better gifts then?
Here's one thing I could say about people. Again, I've only from my experience understand this from my experience because I lived it. But people who are on welfare who have taken their whole life, if there's one thing that they're good at, it's hustling to get what they want. Okay? Legal or illegal. I'm telling you. They are good at it. Okay? If they really want something, they're going to find a way to get it. And if you know a person like that, okay? They're gifted in the hustle department. So if they really wanted to gift their kids something really great, they would have hustled and got it.
Don't use Angel Tree next time. Just do it yourself. Oh wait, I forgot. Laziness comes with entitlement, doesn't it? So you're probably just gonna stay sitting on your ass complaining. Imagine sitting on your ass complaining from the welfare line. That's crazy. I mean, fuck, I'm no saint, but what happened to gratitude, dude? What?
True. The internet happened.
What happened to being grateful for genuine humankind?
I'm about to put the rest of this Angel Tree controversy that's been up and down my timeline. So you mean to tell me that you're broke? You don't have any money to buy your kids Christmas gifts. And y'all know that Christmas is the same time every year. They never change the fucking date on the calendar. And here we are, it is December, and you do not have money to buy your kids Christmas gifts. And you decided to do the honorable thing and not get on your knees and bust that twat wide open and call up Uncle Earl.
What did she just say? What did she just say?
And Uncle Theodis and Uncle Tyrone to get your kids Christmas gifts. So you do the honorable thing and you go put your children's name on a Angel Tree list down at the Salvation Army. Then you go to collect the gifts and it's not what you want.
I'm uncomfortable that she just said that.
It's not what your kids wanted. It's not what you put on the list. And you get on social media. How embarrassing. You get on Beyonce's internet and you start dragging the gifts.
Beyonce's internet. This woman's hilarious.
That these people bought for you. Now, today is the 21st. You still got time to get on your knees. Go find a John. Go find somebody.
I don't think you should sell your body, though, to get your kids Christmas presents. I wouldn't go that far. Okay, when I say hustle, I don't mean start an OnlyFans or become a prostitute. I don't mean that. Okay, I'm not suggesting you should do that.
To help you get these gifts, but no, you decide to get on the internet and you drag these people. Now I'm gonna say this for motherfuckers who go to these stores and grab these Angel Tree tags and tickets. I got something for you too. If you know you do not have the money to buy these people specifically what they want, because if I'm going down there to get the ticket and I'm going to grab a ticket off the Angel Tree, I'm going to give these people exactly what they asked for.
Okay, I will concede a little bit to that point, but what if you can get everything on the list but that giant item, right? What if, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I were to get an Angel Tree list, I have the means to be able to purchase anything on that list. Like, I would, okay? I would pick one that's probably reasonable. I'd get my kids to pick one. We don't have that. That doesn't exist here, so I'm just saying I don't know. This is how I would do it, okay? But even then, even if you're like, okay, I could do most of these things on this list, for sure, okay? But instead of the PS5, I'm probably just going to get them something a little different. Okay, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, you got almost. I'd say the argument could be if you can get 75% of what's on the list, pick that list. Not if you can't get 100% of that list, pick that, because then some of those lists aren't going to get picked at all, and those kids won't get anything. Okay, because if your kid's list is dunks, tech suits, freaking, expensive clothing, shoes, electronics, nobody's gonna pick the list, because if you make them feel guilty about not buying everything on the list, they're not gonna pick the list.
On the list, it tells you what these people want. If you know you can't afford it, or you know that you don't have the resources to get these people what they want, stop fucking doing that. Is that to make you feel good? Because honestly, if it was me, I'm gonna try to give these people exactly what they want. And if I can't find them, I'm gonna put a little gift card in there or something for them to try to find what their kids want and what they need. I'm not about to go.
Yeah, I wouldn't give them gift cards, because that would not go to the kid.
Take these people's name off this list, and I know I can't get these kids what they want. Because for me specifically, I don't want these children to be disappointed. For you dog, those moms, because it's a lot of women. 100% is women I'm seeing on my timeline complaining about these gifts. Your baby daddy or whoever you with, he can't get it. Your family can't get it. So be grateful for what these people are buying, and do not get on a fucking embarrassing yourself talking about, oh, you didn't get what you wanted. Baby, being broke and entitled is diabolical. That is nasty.
I love this lady. That's diabolical.
And as I always say in the trap, just keep on trapping.
How the hell do you fill out a paper asking other people to buy your children Christmas gifts and then get mad at the gifts that they buy because it's not specifically what you envisioned in your head? Are you crazy?
That's what I feel.
They work for their money and they're spending it on your children. I get it. I get that. Like, there's some influencers that are going out of their way and they were buying the best of the best. But the fact is,
but they're doing that for their channels. Also, let's normalize not doing that. Okay, not going with your phone, picking out a list, being, let's do this, and then go get it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Are there people doing that? Because I'm gonna call them out for doing. Don't do that.
Somebody walked past that tree and said, I want to help somebody's kid today, and went out of their way in a recession. Girl, we are struggling. And bought your kid something, and you're posting a video bashing what they bought your child. I'm sorry, but I would be crying just for the simple fact that somebody else went out and bought something for my child, and it was one less thing to have to worry about. Normally I don't have opinions, but that was crazy. I've seen like 3 different videos of 3 different mothers being upset because of the things that people bought their kids, because it wasn't up to their satisfaction. You don't have any choice. You need help. What is up with this generation? I'm sorry, but when my mom was struggling, anything was better than nothing. Mm-hmm. Y'all want like the best of the best with little, what is it, champagne taste, $5 wallet? That is crazy. Y'all need to
champagne taste in a beer budget, I think it is.
Humble yourselves and just be thankful that somebody is helping you.
That's a good point. There's not a lot of humility floating around right now. That's what the world has been missing, I think. I think if you boiled it down to like what's been really going on with a sense of entitlement, it's lack of humility. We're not teaching our kids what humility actually means, what it means to be humble and to not be cocky and to not like expect things. Humility is one of the most endearing human traits you can have. I promise you this. If you are a humble person who is not cocky, nobody likes cocky people. They don't like them. Okay? Humility is one of the most important things. Damn.
Because I have never in my life thought that I was going to come on here and hear somebody complain about somebody helping them. And the fact that it wasn't up to your satisfaction. You don't.
Angel tree business is getting a little bit out of hand. If no one else is going to say it, I'm going to say it. It's getting out of hand. Now, the angel tree is for kids, teenagers who are not receiving gifts. They put a list together. You go to the store, you pick up the list, and you go shop it. Mm-hmm. So when did it turn into a social media trend?
Don't do it.
Like you're trying to get clout for the fact that you help. Is it not enough that God sees what you did? Is it not enough for that child, that teen to have a smile on their face? Why do you need recognition? You're doing it for the wrong reasons if you're only doing it for recognition on social media. So if you're doing the angel tree thing, please don't post it.
Don't post it, asshole.
It's
or just say, hey, look, here's a couple lists I got. You should go do this, and here's where you can get those lists. That's it. Talk about it, but don't say what you did. No.
It's ingenuous when you post it on social media. So please stop doing it. Do it because it's what you want to do and you want to put a smile on someone's face and not look for likes and views and shares on.
To whoever purchased our angel tree haul, I put down 12 to 18 months on the paper and you bought 18 to 24 months so that she could grow into it, and you don't know how much I appreciate that.
That is an example of gratitude, of gratefulness, of humbleness.
cried because I wasn't, the 12 to 18 months she'd be in for probably another 2 months. And I was like, it's fine.
Of every single item that we received. My mother didn't even let us play that unappreciative shit. I remember I got a radio clock for Christmas, and I appreciated the that radio clock.
Yeah.
But guess what? That was the last Christmas we were on an Angel Tree or a Toys for Tots. My mama made sure she started Christmas shopping 3, 4, 5 months ahead. She started making sure she had a Christmas fund. She started her Christmas fund in January of every year to make sure when Christmas came around, she could afford a Christmas for her 5 children that she decided to give birth to.
So back in November, I had applied for Angel Tree for my 3 babies.
Can I say this? And maybe you put your own eyelashes on, but if you're literally out there with what looks like hundreds of dollars worth of makeup and fake eyelashes and nails and everything else, and you're applying for Angel Tree, may I suggest you reprioritize your priorities? May I suggest that? Can I suggest that? I know a lot of people are going to hate me for saying that, but may I suggest it?
And thankfully, 2 weeks ago, I got an email saying that we were selected. And I truly, truly feel so blessed and so grateful that we were selected. I just got off of work, so I'm heading over to the place right now to get the gifts. And, you know, here on TikTok, you see all of the amazing Angel Tree hauls. And I just wanted to give my perspective.
Don't do an Angel Tree haul either. If you're receiving charity, don't do a haul. Okay? Please don't.
Someone who actually is getting something from it. You know?
Just calling it an Angel Tree haul, it's so classless. Look at this haul that I got from strangers on the internet for who wanted to do something good for my children. I'm going to get views for that. Like, can we not? So there you go, everybody. That's the Angel Tree debacle happening right now. I mean, the argument, I think most people would agree with me and most of these people that if you're receiving charity, you are nothing but grateful. You say thank you, and you don't get on the internet and you complain about it. You just don't do it. I don't care if you feel like you've been let down, then you are the person that let you down. Okay, you're getting charity. I cannot believe people like this exist on earth. I believe it because I literally people in my life are like this. So, like, and that's why it enrages me to no end. Like, there are people that exist that are ungrateful for the free shit that they get because people are going out of their way to do good things. Oh, nothing grinds my gears more than this. Nothing. What do you think below, everybody? Am I a little bit outraged for no reason? Or I'm like, is there an argument to be had on the other side? Like, look, if you can't get the whole damn list, don't get it. Like, do you think that's true too? Or do you think if you can get some of the list, that's okay too? I don't know. I mean, damn, man. Oh, Christmas brings out the best and worst people. That sucks. It really does. Because it's the kids in the center of all this, right? The kids should be getting what they want. It's Christmas. You should be getting what you want. Not what you need, what you want. You should be spoiled at Christmas if you're a child. So I believe that too. I honestly believe, yeah, you should be spoiled. It's the happiest time of my life. I was only spoiled ever at Christmas time. So I get that. And if you can spoil kids, do it. Okay? And I don't think people are getting out there being like, well, why do they expect a PS5? No, I mean, if a kid wants a PS5, okay, spoil the kid, but only if you can afford it. But if you can't, parents should be okay with that too. I mean, you're not going to win a lottery every time. I don't know. I'm torn on that one, though, because I want kids to be, like, doted on and have a special Christmas, too. So, man, that's a hard one, but not that hard. Again, if you're receiving charity, shut your damn mouth. Okay? Do not complain about charity. That is diabolical. Anyway, everybody, take a deep breath. A little end of the year ungratefulness. But let me tell you something. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful. Everybody spends every moment watching my video, any minute that you spend hanging out with me. And some people are like gathering their husbands and they're watching me like a TV show. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for those people that leave comments on my videos who watch it and have something awesome to say, some criticism or something great to say, or they're just commenting for the algorithm. I'm grateful for people out there who are buying the extra wallets because it helps me. I'm grateful for people who watch my videos without skipping. I'm grateful for people who send me messages on Instagram about what this family's doing and what that family's doing, and they're giving me the tea and they're hooking me up with information. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for people who reach out on the internet and just say, Josh, you make my day happier. Nothing makes me happier than people who laugh at my stuff, okay? I'm so grateful for all of you who spend time with me. And I know this is a parasocial relationship. I don't know who you are. Not all of you. I know some of you. I've made some great friendships through this channel too, and I cherish them, okay? Really, really do. Some of you are awesome people, okay? May never meet in person, but maybe someday. But like, I just appreciate every single person who gives me their time. I can't do this without you, and I am very eternally grateful for you because I have nothing without you. Nothing. Okay, and I will never, ever forget that in my life. I will always be grateful for you. Okay, you are incredible. You are valuable. You are amazing. Someone has a huge crush on you. Maybe it's me. You're awesome, and I'll see you when I see you.